What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction video. On this one we have How Catholic is Poland? 6 signs of Catholicism in everyday life. I'm not completely sure how Catholic Poland is. Is it a Catholic country? Before we dive in and find this out, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you guys would like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button and receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive right in.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Love My Poland. Today I'm in the city center of my city, Częstochowa, in front of one of the most beautiful churches in the whole area. This church back in the day used to be a Russian Orthodox church, but over the years changed over to a Roman Catholic church. So presently it's a Catholic church, and it's really right in front of my flat. I see this very often out my window, and I thought this would be the perfect place to talk about something regarding Catholicism in Poland. You know, a lot of people ask me very often, especially back in America, is Poland such a Catholic country? Do you see signs of Catholicism everywhere? Especially living in Częstochowa. Częstochowa is the site of the Pauline monastery where millions of people take pilgrimages every year to come and visit. Do you see it so much? And I'm going to answer that question today by talking about 6 things that I see often here that prove to me that Catholicism really is rooted in the culture. But on the other hand, a lot of people really nowadays are more agnostic, more atheistic, and they don't really practice Catholicism like they used to in the past. That's my experience, at least. So the first sign I'd like to talk about today has to do with the roadside shrines, or the little chapels you see while driving anywhere in Poland. If you're on a random road and you're driving from place to place, it's very likely that you're going to come across either a cross or a little roadside shrine. This roadside shrine usually has a picture of Mary inside, but it could also have a Jesus on the cross inside as well, and they're very nicely decorated. Sometimes you'll just see a cross itself, a metal cross or a wood cross, which is adorned with all kinds of flowers and different kinds of sculptures. These from the past, when people didn't have cars, they would journey on foot or by horse, and they would stop and pray and pay homage to these little areas. It was like a miniature church on the side of the road where people could stop and pray. And you see them still today. They still take...
That legit is so freaking amazing. Honestly, after all the videos I've watched, you would think I wouldn't have known this. I would have known this fact by now, but I think that's really cool. I've never seen this in any other videos. Nobody's ever talked about this. That's absolutely amazing. And that's really cool. He said so they were made back in the day when people really didn't have cars, and you walked and you saw these and you stopped and you prayed and you worshipped a bit. Like roadside churches kind of. That's absolutely beautiful. I would love to hear from you guys. Like, how many of these have you guys seen? So when you're driving, do you pull over, stop, pray at any of them, or you just keep driving and kind of appreciate the beauty of it? And that's so awesome.
Take very good care of them. But for a tourist coming to Poland the first time, that's really going to stand out. So if you're ever in Poland, you're driving, take a look at these little roadside shrines and these crosses. They are beautiful. The second thing you'll notice about Poland is St. Christopher. In every car, in every taxi, almost that I've seen, you have a little medal of St. Christopher. Polish Catholics believe that St. Christopher brings safety during travel. You have either a metal version of it or some kind of little card cut out, laminated, of St. Christopher, usually together with Mary as well. These kinds of things in the car bring safety during travel. So if you see that, that's absolutely what it means. St. Christopher usually has a child on his shoulder and he's carrying a staff. So if you see that, it just means safety during travel. That's the second point. Now, as I mentioned in the past in other videos, for the third point, I live in the countryside. And in the countryside, typically in Poland, you have really devout Catholic people. And back in America, you know, as a Baptist, we do believe in the Sabbath day and keeping that holy and not working. But it's kind of looser in America. But here in Poland, really, I've tried to cut my grass or repair my bicycle or wash my car on Sunday, and you would not believe the looks that I get from my neighbors because I'm doing it on Sunday. Sunday is a day where you have to be careful. In the city, it's getting looser, but in the countryside, you really shouldn't work on Sundays in Poland. Something to remember, something to look out for if you're ever here for a longer period of time, especially in the countryside. The fourth point...
Sundays are for rest. You do not work on a Sunday. They don't play about their religion. And like where he said it's more so loose here in the US. 100% people go to work all the time on Sundays. Like So yeah, it's although it says rest that you shouldn't work, we work on Sundays and we don't rest like we should. But I see in the Polish countryside, they don't play about that. Don't you dare be out there mowing your lawns. Don't you dare be out here making a loud right. You don't work. You don't work on the Sabbath. Okay, Paula, I got you.
Point has to do with bread. Here in Poland, bread is highly respected. It's a symbol of the body of Christ. It's a symbol of life and God's providence. They do not throw bread away. Bread never is thrown away with the rest of the rubbish or the garbage. It is usually put, in my experience, in a plastic bag and hung on the side of the dumpster by the trash can. Sometimes it's just thrown on the ground for the birds to eat. Bread cannot be wasted. Bread is either turned into, very often, something called bułka tarta, which is breadcrumbs for future cooking, or it's given to people who have no food or just put on the ground, as I mentioned. So they do not throw bread away here. It's kind of a sinful act to do that. Whether you're Catholic or not, that's what people do here. Fifth point that I'd like to point out concerning Catholicism in Poland is eating meat on Fridays. Now this really varies whether you're in the city or the countryside, but me being in the countryside, in my family, we don't eat meat too much on Fridays. They believe that that's kind of sinful. It's a day for fasting. So very often we eat fish or we eat something without any meat, no pork, no beef, no chicken. It's a Catholic rule that you can't eat meat on Fridays. It is a day of holy fasting here in Poland in many, many families. The sixth point is...
So it's fish? I've always counted fish in the meat category. Is fish not in the meat category? I would assume that fish would be in the meat category. However, when it comes to that, I didn't know that it's seen as sinful to eat meat on a Friday. Fridays are for fasting. Now, I can't do that. I need some kind of meat with every single meal that I eat. So, like, can't go the whole day. No meat. Not me. That's very interesting. So, like, when he's talking about these things, I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, how Catholic is Poland exactly? Say, like, if you could give a statistic, a percentage of people that worshipped and practiced Catholicism, what do you guys think it would be? And then on top of that, all the things that he's talking about, no working on Sunday, try not to eat meat on Fridays, is this stuff that you guys follow? I would love to hear from you.
Final point I'd like to talk about today is Catholicism in the school. You know, in America, we don't have religion in school. We have a separation of church and state, and in fact, to have religion classes in public schools is illegal in America. So here, they have religion classes, sometimes 1 hour a week or more in the public schools. And of course, there is an option if you're not a believer and you really don't want to do those classes, you don't have to, you can opt out of it. But many of my students have religion classes, and it's always interesting to hear what they talk about in those classes. And in Poland, they also have something called rekolekcja. It's recollection. It's a time before Christmas Eve, around that time, or before Easter, where kids have days off from school to go to the church and kind of recollect on their religious life and kind of spend time with God in the church. Now, from my experience, most of them don't do that. They just kind of stay home. But that's the original idea. They should spend recollection time with God in the church doing that. So they get days off from school just for that purpose. So these are 6 points that I've really noticed that makes Poland a Catholic country. But again, with so much immigration to Poland and Poland changing, it's probably going to become a looser and looser topic in the future. But if you come here right now and you live in Poland, these are 6 things you will see on a day-to-day basis. So thank you for watching today. I've got a lot more videos coming out in the future, so stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Thank you for watching.
Y'all gotta hit me in the comment section, and if you could answer the questions I asked throughout the video, that would absolutely be awesome. But what I really loved about this video the most, I think, is the roadside shrines. Like, I think that's an absolutely beautiful thing to have for people to be able to stop, worship there if they choose to. That's absolutely awesome. So let me know what you guys think about the video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the next one. I'll see y'all next time.